really done it this time, or he's really going to do it this time.
What else did he say?
He said that he had a place that was going to be hard to find, or they never would find it.
What else?
And that he shot Teresa through the head.
Chafin told the jury after that confession, he hung up the phone. But a few minutes later, Parker called him back.
He said that if I told anybody, he'd have to kill me too.
Devastating testimony? Maybe not. It turns out Ben Chafin had given investigators 5 different stories, and he'd been arrested for helping Parker hack into Teresa's computer. The prosecution gave him immunity in exchange for testifying.
In your very first conversation with the GBI about Teresa Parker being missing, you didn't tell them about this so-called murder confession you heard simply because you forgot about it.
I forgot about it.
If somebody calls you and says, I killed my wife, that's something you remember. How could you forget that?
That was my initial reaction when I first started reading his statements. But when we talked to him, it became very clear to us that he was very, very close to Sam Parker. The person that he looked at as a father, as a brother, had done something so terrible, he couldn't wrap his mind around it.
Still there.
Is Ben Chafin a good witness, a believable witness?
Oh, he's probably the most unbelievable witness I've seen in 26 years of practicing law.
Can you give me a sense of what's been going through your head?
You know, just the people that's been in my life for 25, 30 years, you know. They recall things one way and I recall them a little bit differently.
Have you been looking at the jury at all? Wondering?
I'm not wondering. I'm going to accept what they say, and that's what I'm going to do.
And Sam Parker may have the jury on his side.
How many of you thought Ben Chafin was believable?
He wasn't.
Nobody thought he was.
None of us, even the slight bit, thought he was credible at all. We all felt like he was lying.
Not only did they dismiss Chafin's testimony, they had problems with other evidence, too.
How strong was that blood evidence?
To me, the blood was another circumstantial thing. It wasn't hard evidence for me.
And most of the evidence was all circumstantial. It was more so for us, we were putting together a jigsaw puzzle.
The jury would have to piece it all together, but it was beginning to look like the prosecution's murder case against Sam Parker wasn't adding up.
You're watching Joy TV 10.
Shut out chaos. Euroline Windows seal-tight design allows for superior noise dampening and reduction. Euroline tilt and turn windows, European technology, made in Canada.
More than a bath and kitchen store, Splashes offers free expert consultations to all of our customers and a full line of quality high-tech products.
Splashes Bath and Kitchen Center.
You know when I tickle your belly and you have that moment of, oh yeah. Well, this is mine.
Sprinkled with cinnamon, sparkling with taste. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Enjoy the sensation.
Shut out intrusion. Euroline Windows sound reducing technology extends long-term neighbor relations. Euroline tilt and turn windows, European technology, made in Canada.
It's simple. Saving keeps you safe. But just as important, it makes you stronger. Want to really work your savings core? Then give your savings a boost. Move them to ING Direct. You'll add muscle to every dollar you save with high interest. You'll never feel the burden of fees or service charges. Instead, you'll feel a saver's high. And it's perfectly legal. Want a solid savings core? Then exercise your right to build a stronger future for your savings. Go online or call and save your money.
Swiffer WetJet absorbs and traps so much dirt, you may never go back to your old mop.
Hey, Mop! Want to suck up dirt and grime like Swiffer WetJet? Then try the Absorb-A-Straw! Now you're getting it!
Sorry, Mop, but Swiffer WetJet has a dirt-dissolving solution and super absorbent pads that trap and lock dirty water deep inside the gradient core, while Mop can just spread it around. Swiffer cleans better for your money back.
Looking for
for adventure? Check out the Joy TV Backyard Adventure Guide.
Mild or wild, powered or paddled, Kamshin Rafting Resort. Affordable adventure vacation since 1973. 3 hours from Vancouver, east of Lytton, Highway 1. Get wet at Compass Lake Water Park with the Adventure River Ride, Colossal Canyon, and the new Pirates Cove and 0 to 60 Raceway. Exit 104 east of Abbotsford, Highway 1.
Get your interactive map online at joytv.ca.
Not owning a pair of pants that I feel comfortable in isn't normal. Not wanting to leave the house some days because I'm so uncomfortable in my own skin isn't normal. Wow. I remember that day. But look at me now. I'm in skinny jeans and I feel fantastic. I've lost 50 pounds with the help of my wonderful consultant. Thank you, Jenny Craig, for putting this back on my face.
Lose 20 pounds for $20 plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY-20.
Call Jenny today.
The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
How Teresa may have died has always been a mystery, but the prosecution believes these photos showing bruises on Parker's right arm are a significant clue to what happened. FBI Special Agent Mark Veazey.
What we felt was that Mr. Parker, who is known to have used chokeholds in the past, had used this maneuver on Teresa and that she had fought back by putting her hands up, and that's what left the bruises on the inside of his arm.
I think she fought for her life at the end, and those bruises are evidence of that. But you would argue they didn't come from a struggle with Teresa?
Oh, no. They're inconsistent with that, certainly. I didn't see them as a significant factor.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to ask the defendant...
Prosecutor Lee Patterson gives the courtroom a dramatic demonstration.
Go take the heels off so power over you.
The rear naked chokehold, the move she believes Parker used to kill his wife, Teresa.
What did you think when the prosecutor brought up the chokehold and actually asked to be put in a chokehold?
I think it was absolute fabrication. There was no evidence to base that upon.
There's one more piece of explosive evidence the jury would see before they deliberate. This poster with a crude title discovered in Parker's police locker.
Should have thrown it in the garbage. Probably should have done that. But instead, just threw it in the locker, and that's where it sat until it was pulled out.
So we shouldn't read into it that he had some issue with women?
No. It means nothing.
But it meant something to Prosecutor Lee Patterson.
This is the guy who thought this was funny. Ladies and gentlemen, Teresa Parker almost made it out. She almost made it to her new life. Find him accountable. Find him guilty. Thank you.
Defense attorney David Dunn pleads with the jury to be mindful of reasonable doubt.
Listen to the charge, especially the charge on circumstantial evidence. Follow the law. Find Sam Parker not guilty.
These jurors say the task of deciding Sam Parker's fate was particularly daunting because they had an overwhelming amount of circumstantial evidence, but not much else.
In the beginning, it was very split. 2 and 10. 2 and 10. 2 were guilty, and 10 were undecided.
Undecided. Wow. How tense did it get as you all wrestled with this?
Very.
It got quite heated at times.
How many of you watched Sam during the trial?
All of us did.
I mean, I tried to get eye contact with him as much as I possibly could.
Why?
I just needed to. Just because of the feeling of, this could be my uncle. This could be my brother. You know, I had to do that.
After 3 days of deliberation, the jurors seemed hopelessly deadlocked.
But on count 1, which is murder, still no verdict.
So there wasn't that smoking gun. We did have to make a decision on someone else's life.
I was very worried about sending an innocent man to jail or releasing a guilty man to do the same thing again.
The judge urged the jury to give it one more try. And this time, they would take an even closer look at the cell phone evidence.
It threw up that red flag of, hey, here I am.
And looking at the cell phone records, he was not where he was telling us he was.
On September 3rd, 2009, 2.5 years after Teresa Parker disappeared, her family would finally have a verdict.
Department 480, you understand y'all arrived at verdicts, is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
In the Superior Court of Walker County, State of Georgia versus Samuel L. Parker, we, the jury, after due deliberation, find the defendant, count 1, guilty.
Guilty of first-degree murder, Parker shows no emotion. The judge hands down the ex-cop's sentence on the spot. Life in prison. Teresa's family leaves the courthouse in tears.
Can you just tell us how you're feeling?
Take that just exactly what he said.
It's a victory for the prosecution team.
Can you give us a comment on how you're feeling? Much later, I gotta stop this thing.
And a defeat for the defense.
I can't comment. Sorry, guys. This fight has not ended. It's barely just begun.
Does Sam still have a little bit of power? Sure, he's still got some control because he hasn't told us where she is. It's still about manipulation and control. Still. In your gut, do you think that you'll ever find Teresa? I hope so. We're going to keep trying.
Sam Parker, the former police officer, is now a convicted murderer and still willing to talk to us.
I never caused her any bad times, or, I never once ever hurt her.
You never hurt her?
No, never.
Did you kill Teresa Parker?
No.
Her family thinks that you did, and thinks that you could ease their agony by saying where she is. Can you help them at all?
No, I can't.
Christina hangs on to memories of her older sister, grateful for the guilty verdict, but painfully aware that the man destined to spend the rest of his life in prison may be the only one who holds the key to finding Teresa.
Christina, do you think you're ever going to find her?
Oh, I don't know. You want to find her, bring her home, lay her to rest. That's what she deserves. She's got a piece of trash, and that's how I feel like he has treated her. Wherever she is out there, she just doesn't deserve to be there.
Lisa Buchanan was a very attractive young lady.
Dr. Koulos was very charming. He was extremely confident.
There's something we saw in each other we enjoyed.
I just wish that she had realized how dangerous he was.
The July 4th, 2005 weekend, they engaged in this marathon sex session. He was injecting Lisa repeatedly with oxycodone.
Where's the emergency?
Did you kill Lisa Buchanan?
Stop reading. Hey,
From that point on, all bets are off.
On television, online, and on the go. CBS News, the most powerful reporting anywhere.
Lifestyles and eating habits often change as we age. An occasional meal replacement can help supplement balanced nutrition. Doctors may recommend Boost as part of a healthy diet. It provides the complete nutrition your body needs. One serving of Boost contains 10 grams of protein, plus 24 essential vitamins and minerals, like calcium and vitamin D, to help keep bones strong. Getting complete nutrition helps you enjoy life to the fullest. Find Boost in the nutrition aisle of your pharmacy. This has been Medivax for Boost.
If you or someone close to you is expecting, you need to learn about cord blood stem cells and how important they could be for your family's future health. Medical advancements use stem cells to treat many life-threatening diseases, and a rich source of